Hello everyone, this is my MC214 project report. In the first question, a particle is moving around unit radius circle and temperature at any point is given as x into sine 2y. Velocity of a particle is 2 meter per second. In the first part, we have to find how fast is the temperature experienced by the particle changing in the degree Celsius per meter at point P. So this is a vector representation of point P, and we assume that x component of velocity vector is Vx and y component of velocity vector is Vy. R and V both are perpendicular to each other, so dot product of V and R is equal to 0. By solving this equation, we get Vx plus root 3 Vy equal to 0, and magnitude of velocity vector is given as 2. So using that we get second equation, and after solving these two equations we get velocity vector as root 3 I caret minus j caret and minus root 3 I caret plus j caret 1 j caret. But point P is in the first quadrant, so x component of velocity vector is in the direction of positive x axis, and y component of velocity vector is in the negative y direction. So velocity vector is root 3 I caret minus 1 j caret. Now we find a gradient of t. So gradient of t at point P is sine root 3 I caret plus cos root 3 j caret. U is a unit vector. We get by velocity vector and dividing by magnitude of velocity vector. And to find how fast temperature experience at point P by particle, we find gradient of t dot u vector, which is 0.9350 Celsius per meter. In the second part, we have to find how fast temperature experienced by a particle at point P in degree Celsius per second. So we find gradient of t dot u and we multiply with velocity, magnitude of velocity. So we get 1.87 Celsius per second. The second question, particle is moving in xy plane and temperature at any point is given as 2x square minus xyz, and x component is 2t square, y component is 3t, and z is t square, where time is in second and distance is given in meter. In the first part, we have to find how fast temperature experienced by particle at given point P. So first we find a velocity vector. So velocity vector is equal to dx by dt I caret plus dy by dt j caret and dz by dt k caret. So we get dx by dt is equal to 4t, dy by dt equal to 3, and dz by dt is equal to minus 2t. So to find t, we use x equal to 8, y equal to 6, and z equal to 4. We replace x with 2t square, 5 with 3t, and z with minus t square. After solving these three equations, we get t equal to 2, and we put this t value of t in this three equations. So we get velocity vector is at I caret plus 3j caret minus 4 k caret. After that, we find gradient of t. So gradient of t is nothing but dt by dx I caret plus dy by dt by dy j caret plus dt by dz k caret. So which is 4x minus yz I caret minus xz j caret minus xy k caret. At point P, we get a gradient of t is equal to 56 I caret plus 32 j caret minus 48 k caret. So unit vector u is velocity vector and divided by magnitude of velocity vector. Magnitude of velocity vector is under root 89, and we find gradient of t dot u. which is 736 divided by under root 89 Celsius per meter. In the second part, we have to find how fast temperature experienced by a particle at point P in degrees Celsius per second. So as we do in above section, above problem, we find gradient of T dot U multiply by magnitude of velocity, and we get 736 Celsius per second. In this question, we estimate the volume of cylinder which of radius 2 meter and height about 3 meter, and the error in measuring volume is not exceed 0.1 meter cube. And it is also given that we have to assume that dr means measuring error in radius is equal to measuring area in height. So volume is equal to pi r square h. We differentiate both side and if we divide both side with p where volume, we get this equation. And after solving this equation, we get dr is less than 3 by 4 into 0.1 divided by 12 pi. So to estimate volume of cylinder of radius about 2 meter and height about 3 meter, error in measuring height and radius will be not exceed 2 millimeter. So we measure volume with error less than 0.1 meter. In this question, in the circuit, resistance R1 and R2 are connected parallelly. As we all know, the equivalent resistor is 1 over R is equal to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. In the first part, we have to prove this equation. So we differentiate equation 1 both sides, and we get this. And further simplification, we simply get this equation. In B part, resistance R1 given 100 ohms and R2 given 400 ohms, and we have to find that equivalent resistor is sensitive to variation in R1 or in R2. So to solve this question, we use above equation, this equation. Here we calculating R, which is 80 ohms, and after solving this equation, we get this equation. So coefficient of dr1 is greater than coefficient of dr2. It means slightly change in R1 make higher changes in R. So value of R is more sensitive to variant in R1. In third part, we change R1 from 20 ohms to 20.1 ohms and R2 from 25 ohms to 24.9 ohms, and we have to find changes in R. Using this equation, we get this, and simplifying this equation, we get that percentage changes in R is 0.1%. In this problem, we have to find hottest point on the space probe, which is in the shape of ellipsoid. The equation of probe is given as 4x square plus y square plus 4z square equal to 16, and temperature on the surface of probe is given as 8x square plus 4yz minus 60z plus 600. So first we take this equation as f, and equation t is given. So we find gradient of n, f, and gradient of t, and then using Lagrange multiplier rule, we get point on the surface of probe which is hottest point. So this is Laplace multiplier equation, and after solving this, we can see that x y z equal to 0 0 0 is satisfying these equations, but this point is not lie on the prop surface. So we after simplification, we get y and z equal to -4/3. We put this point y and z on in this equation, and we get x equal to ±4/3. And then we put these all 2 points in the t function t, and we get hottest temperature as 5784 divided by 9. So we get total 2 points on the surface of prop where the temperature is the highest. In this problem, two capital goods G1 and G2 is measured by a function u, and the equation ax plus by is equal to c. This type of equation is given to us. We have to find maximum value of u. So u given as xy plus 2x, and this equation is also given to us. So we let's say g equation 2x plus y equal to 30 as g, and then we find gradient of u, gradient of g, and then using Laplace multiplier we get lambda is equal to 8, and x and y points as 8 and 16. So we get maximum value of u equal to 128. In this question we have to find volume of pipe is more sensitive to change in radius or change in length. Diameter of pipe is 36 inch and length of pipe is 1 mile. So equation of pipe volume of pipe is pi r square h. We differentiate both sides and we get this equation. After putting all value of r and h, we get this equation. Here we we can clearly see that the coefficient of dr is higher than dh. So a small change in radius lead to high change in volume. So volume of pipe is more sensitive to change in radius. In this question we are changing voltage from 24 to 23 volts and resistor from 100 to 18 ohms, and we have to find after this change I will increase or decrease, and also we have to find that change in I is more sensitive to change in voltage or change in resistor. So we use this equation and we differentiate both sides of this equation. After differentiating we get this equation, and we put value of v and r, and we get this. In this equation we clearly see that coefficient of dv is greater than coefficient of dr. It means slightly change in voltage leads to high change in current. So the change in I is more sensitive to change in voltage, and then we put the value of dv and dr. So dv is -1 volt and dr is -20 ohms. So we get di is 0.047. So we get di greater than 0. It means I will increase. In this problem we have to find mass of rod which is moving from point A to point B. density of this rod is given as 3x plus 2y. So first, this is parametric parameterization of line segment AB. We differentiate both sides with respect to r, so we get velocity vector, and magnitude of velocity vector is root 10. To find mass, we integrate over line segment AB with respect to r. We use this parametric form, and we get mass of this rod is 19 root 10 divided by 2 unit. In this problem, a satellite is moving around a circle, moving on circular path, whose equation is x square plus y square equal to 4. We have to calculate work done by force field F equal to y plus sin x I caret plus e to the power y x j caret. So we take function p as y plus sin x and q as e to the power y plus x, e to the power y into x, and we differentiate q with respect to x and p with respect to y, and take the difference of qx minus py, which is minus 2. So we use Green's theorem to find total work done by this force field. This is Green's theorem. So we put the value of qx minus py, which is minus 2, and we integrate w, and we get 8 pi. Total work done by on a satellite by force field F is 8 pi. In this problem, a copper bar of 100 centimeter, copper bar with length 100 centimeters is kept at temperature 80 sin pi x by 100 at initial, and then we kept both ends of this rod at 0 degree. So we have to find the time it take to drop 16 degree temperature. So these are boundary conditions, and this is heat equation, which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity Pn to the power minus lambda n squared time t into sine n pi x by L. So we put t equal to 0 in this equation, and we get this equation. So we have also a value of h of x comma 0. So we compare these two equations. So we get n equal to 1, L equal to 100, p1 equal to 80, and other coefficients b2, b3 or are 0. Now we find c square. So c square equal to k over rho sigma. Value of k, rho and sigma are given in the problem. And then we find lambda n. So lambda n is equal to n pi c over L. But coefficients of b2, coefficients b2, b3 and all are 0 other than b1. So we find n equal to 1. So lambda 1. So we get lambda 1 approximately 0.001 second inverse. And then we put value of lambda in heat equation. So we get this equation. Now we find time take to drop 16 degree temperature. So we put h of 60 comma t equal to 60, and the value of sine is maximum value of sine is 1. So we ignore sine pi x over 100. So we get this equation, and we solve this equation. So we get approximately it take 5 minutes. In this problem, tightly stretched string of length 1 meter is fixed at points x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. initial displacement is y0 sine pi x, and we release it from rest. We have to find distance x from one end at time t, displacement from one end at any distance from one end and time t. So we use wave equation. This is wave equation. These are boundary conditions. So we to solve this wave equation, we use variable separable method. So we take w x comma t equal to f of x into g of x. Now we differentiate both sides 2 times with respect to x, and similarly with respect to t. So we get w differentiation of w 2 times with respect to x equal to f double dash x into g of t. Similarly, w dt is equal to f of x into g double dash of t. We put these values in equation 1, in this equation, and we get this equation. And here f is a function of x and g is function of t. So the f double dash of x over f of x is a constant, and g double dash of t over g of t is also constant. Now we solve for f and g. So first we solve for function f. So f double dash of x equal to f of x into k. So we take 3 cases. In the first case we take k equal to 0. So the equation if we take k equal to 0, and we get f double dash of x equal to 0. So integrating both sides 2 times, we get f of x equal to a x plus b. We use boundary conditions f of 0 equal to f of 1 equal to 0, and here we can get b equal to 0 and a equal to 0. So this is trivial solution. Now we get we take k greater than 0. We assume that k equal to u square, and we solve this equation, and we get d equal to plus or minus u. So the solution for this equation is a times e to the power ux plus b times e to the power minus ux. We again use boundary conditions, and in this case also we get f of x equal to 0, which is trivial solution. Now for the third case we take k less than 0, and we assume that k equal to minus u square, and we solve for this equation, and we get complex roots, and f of x equal to a cos ux plus b sin ux. Again we use boundary conditions. We get a equal to 0, so our function f is b sin ux, and we put x equal to 1, we get b sin u equal to 0. Here 2 cases are possible, either b equal to 0 or sin u equal to 0. If we take b equal to 0, we get trivial solution. If we put sin u equal to 0, we get u equal to n pi. And now we solve for function g. Here k we get k equal to minus u square. So we put value of k equal to minus u square, and we solve for g, and we get a complex root. So g equal to a cos u t plus b sin ut, and we differentiate both sides with respect to t. So g dash of t equal to b dash u cos u c t minus a dash u sin u c t, and we put t equal to 0. So we get b dash equal to 0. So g of t equal to a dash cos u c t. Now we put value of f and g into w. So we get b dash sin n pi x cos n pi ct. we replace b dash constant with an, and we take summation from 1 to infinity. So here an is equal to 2 times integration 0 to 1 fx sin n pi x dx, and we put t equal to 0. So we get summation n equal to 1 to infinity an sin n pi x, which is equal to y0 sin n pi. This condition is given in the problem. So only b1 contribute in this equation, all other constants are with 0. So finally we get answer as y0 sin pi cos pi ct.